the matrix is everywhere. That's what culture is. Culture Culture is the rules that we live our lives by. It's how we organize our thinking. It's how we organize our society. And what is going on here in the matrix and what's going on today in our society just 25 years later is that the control mechanism that is afforded to elites with the digital transmission of culture is so much tighter than the previous oral tradition, and then the written tradition, and then the television and radio tradition, the university tradition. But let us not quibble about what's going on here, because what's going on is it is a system of control, and we are born into slavery. That's the point of the movie, and that's what I think people are waking up to, that we actually are slaves to a very vile business model, which we keep talking about, which is this slavery and drugs and piracy business model. And we're caught in that. And we're at a moment in history where that business model is going for total control. And I think that people are waking up to this. So participating and taking the red pill together collectively, all we're promising is the truth. And I said this in a previous podcast. I'm dedicated to truth and nonviolence. That's what I'm trying to do here, because this is a political podcast. In this sense, I'm involved in politics. I want all of us to be involved in politics because that's how we change the matrix. It's only going to change if all of us enter it collectively and assert our human wills in a change, a cultural change. And what I've been proposing is a change to a well-being centered culture and a well-being centered politics. And I've been proposing this here in Minnesota, and I only want to say this today. The party must be welcoming to all. The party must be welcoming to all, really welcoming at the level of our heart, so that all can come that want to. Right now, if a party is not welcoming, if a group's not welcoming, it's exclusionary. And that traps people where they are. It prevents the system from evolving. And that's the point, right? When things are exclusionary, they're exclusionary for a reason. So today's podcast, of course, we've been building up to this. Today's podcast is why are people exclusionary? And that would be called racism. And I want to go through the history of racism and anti-Semitism as it came from Europe and went into the intellectual centers of our country. And I want to look at this and understand how it's affecting our politics today.